Welcome to Larry's Library, and welcome back to another edition of the Sunday Scan. On this little weekly quick show, I will talk about and show a few interior scans from a single issue comic that I read today, and that's what we're going to do. Now, last week I said we were going to get back to my reading through of the Godzilla run, and so that's what we got here. We have Godzilla 14. This is Marvel's Godzilla that came out in the late 70s, and I dearly love it. Hoping that that is going to be one of the next big announcements from Omar at Near Mint Condition. Hopefully he's going to say that Marvel got the rights to Godzilla back. That would be wonderful. Still a dream. Don't know if that's going to happen because IDW still has it, but so probably not. So meanwhile, I do have all 24 issues of Godzilla, and I am reading through them, and this morning, I read issue 14. Now, this cover is interesting because there's no visible signatures anywhere. Now, this is obviously penciled by the great Herb Trimpe. I can tell that a mile away. There's no doubt in my mind. But the two databases I work with, Comic Collector Z and Comic Base, neither one of them has a credit for this cover. So I will submit that today to Comic Base. I'm still updating Comic Base. Anyway, I will submit that today because I know for a fact this is Herb Trimpe. I can just tell. I mean, you don't have to be a genius to know that. If you've looked at enough art, you can tell. Now, I cannot tell which inker it is. I like these inks a lot. And I'm going to say this is either Joe Rubinstein, or maybe Dan Green. And I'm leaning toward Dan Green because he does the interior inks of this one. But I'm not confident enough of that credit to submit it. Now, if anybody watching this has any info, any hard info that can tell me who inked this cover, let me know in the comments, because I'd love to know. So, turning to the first page, this is Mega Monsters Part 3, the Super Beasts. So, if you remember from a couple weeks ago, when I did Godzilla 12 and 13, he's caught in the middle of this intergalactic war between these Badens and Megans. Dumb names. And there's some goofy looking aliens, I gotta tell you. But anyway, the Megans sent these mega monsters to Earth, hoping to trash the entire Earth and then use the Earth as a materials and supply planet, basically, for their intergalactic war with the Badens. So, anyway, it's goofy. It's great. Late 70s Marvel goofiness, more of that. Now, at the end of issue 13, Ronin was decapitated. Red Ronin being that giant robot piloted by the little kid, Rob Tagaguchi. Anyway, so on this opening page, it's pretty awesome. Really nice perspective shot from the ground, showing the decapitated Red Ronin head. I love it. And poor Rob Tagaguchi has fell out of the eye hole. That's where the cockpit is in this giant robot. And you can see him there laying prone in this shot. Pretty dynamic shot. Now, I am very happy to say that starting with this issue, Dan Green, one of my favorite inkers of all time, takes over inking Herb Trimpe's pencils, which is a really big improvement for me because I didn't think Fred Kita was a great match for Herb Trimpe's pencils, and that's who had been inking the previous ones, most of the previous issues. But yeah, so I mean, look at this shot here, this opening page. Look at the fantastic ink work here. I mean, we knew Herb Trimpe was a great penciler, but it's really brought out nicely by Dan Green's inks here. I mean, look at that. I love it. Look at all the detail too. You can see the little pipes and wiring and whatnot in the severed head, and the inking on Godzilla is fantastic there. You can see the scales and all of that. Really, really nice opening shot here. So, there's more of this same late 70s silliness, Godzilla's battling these three mega monsters, and the aliens that are controlling this all from space, they shoot this ray at those three and make them get even larger than they were before. So it's looking pretty hopeless for Godzilla. But then something happens, and Dum Dum Dugan of S.H.I.E.L.D. decides to get involved and actually help Godzilla. So it's a real turning point in the book where S.H.I.E.L.D. finally stops trying to track and kill Godzilla and try to cage him in some way, and they actually start helping him here because it finally dawns on Dum Dum Dugan that Godzilla has saved his life multiple times now. And I'll try to put a scan of the page where one of the mega monsters, one with the blade that cut off the head of Red Ronin in the previous issue, he grabs hold of the craft, the fighter thing that Dugan is piloting, and he hurls him. Godzilla catches him and saves Dum Dum Dugan. That was awesome. And he sets him down gently on the ground, saving his life. And, being a real shift in this series now, because Dum Dum Dugan is no longer pursuing and attacking Godzilla. And so it had a nice ending. So yeah, I had a lot of fun reading this one. It's a quick read. The art vastly improved. Now, if you haven't seen my top 10 favorite inkers of all time video, I will put a link up there. Check that out. Dan Green came at number 10 on that list. And yeah, I think he did a good job here. Definitely improved over the previous inker. So I hope you like that. I hope you like this quick look at Godzilla number 14. And next week I'll switch it up again and I'll go to a different title. And every other week I'll return to Godzilla till I get through the whole thing. And I hope you like that. And join me next week if you did. And subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the bell to notify yourself. And I'll see you.